Hello world and welcome back to Goochies BBQ. My name's Ian and on today's episode we'll be cooking lamb. So we're starting off with a 2.5 kilo leg of lamb, which I picked up from my local supermarket. What we're going to do, we're going to take it out of the packaging, we're going to pat it dry, get all the moisture off. Then we're going to season it up with some salt, some black pepper, and I've picked up this chili and lime seasoning, which is absolutely fantastic. I think it will go really well with lamb. So this is my first time cooking lamb on the smoker. And if you hadn't noticed, we haven't been recording the video for about a year or so because we had to move house and I had to build a new bar, and we've got a new smoker. I've got our Oklahoma Joe, which I'm very excited about. We've had it about a year, but like I say, we hadn't done a video for a while because it's taken a long while to get all set up. So let's get this open and see what we've got. It's absolutely full of blood and I know I'm going to make a mess. So let me try and open this up without making a mess. Try not to score the meat so much as well. Let's open this up, be careful with it. I absolutely love lamb. I've been watching a lot of videos lately of a lot of US barbecue videos who say lamb is gamey, but I don't understand what they're talking about, to be fair. Lamb just tastes like lamb. I've also only got one glove, so I'm trying to do this without wracking my glove, but we'll see. So once we've got it out of the bag, like so, without trying to make a mess, let's get that blood dripping off here, put it in my bin. We've got some paper towel here. Not much paper towel left, but what we'll do, we'll just slap it dry. You sometimes get like a plastic coating onto the leg at the back there. But this one don't seem to have it, or it came off in the bag. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. But as you can see, it's a lovely leg of lamb, and I absolutely love lamb. One of the best cuts, although I do feel bad. I was in Wales a couple of weeks ago, where there's an awful lot of sheep and little lambs, and yeah, I felt really bad. The little lambs look like my little cat, and I just felt bad eating like a lamb, but they taste so damn good, so you know what I mean. They shouldn't taste so delicious, should they? But there you go. Right, so it's pretty tacky. I don't think we're going to need a binder because I don't have anything. You could use like spray with some oil, or Worcestershire sauce would have, not Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce would work quite well with this. So there we have our lamb. So first what we're going to do, we're going to put the salt on. Just turn this over, and I'm going to go quite heavy. I'll try not to get all over the place in the wind. You would normally dry brine a piece of meat this big, so what you'll do, you'll salt it and you'll put it in your fridge overnight, and what the salt would do would take the moisture out of the meat, dissolve the salt, and then the salt would then penetrate back into the meat to season the whole thing all the way through. But I want to show you guys the steps I take for season. Like I say, this is a huge bit of meat, so it can really take the season. So we're using black pepper. Sorry, we're using salt, black pepper. I'm really excited about doing this lamb. It's the first time I've done smoked lamb. It's been on my list to do for so long, but lamb's so expensive. Usually for a leg this size, you're talking about £30 or so. But because it's Easter and everything is just so cheap at the moment, or lamb's so cheap at the moment, so we paid about, I think I paid about £12, about $10 or so, just from my local supermarket. So give it a good healthy coating. So we're using salt, cracked black pepper, and garlic powder, and some of this chili lime stuff, which I think will go really well. Lamb does well with bright flavours, so you know, quite acidic flavours. A lot of people put like rosemary and thyme and stuff in lamb, but I just think I don't enjoy them. It perfumes the meat too much, I think. All right, so we'll stub it over and we'll do the other side. I'm going to leave the fat on here because what I want to do is probably slow cook this. Well, it will be slow cooked on the smoker, so it's going to be going for 4 hours, I'm guessing. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done it on here before. So I'm guessing about most people would do a lamb medium rare, but I actually like my lamb pretty well done. So what I'll do, I'll cook it through to probably about 200 degrees, low and slow, 4 or 5 hours on the smoker, however long it takes. And then what I want to do after that is fire it up on my grill and then char all the fat on there. So I want to render the fat down, so it's nice and soft, leave it to rest, fire up the coals on the Weber, and then char it afterwards. I think it would be absolutely delicious, but we'll see. I like my fat like nice and crispy on lamb. So that's what we're aiming for. So I'll finish this up and then we'll fire up the pit. Now the pit's all fired up, it's time to put the lamb on. So we're going to be rocking around about, actually I don't really know, I think we'll probably go quite hot with this now. So I'm probably going to rock it around about 275, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to put the fat end of the lamb towards the fire. I'm not running a water pan in here. I'm just going to let the convection come straight over the meat because I really want this fat to render well. So we're going to see how it goes anyway. Like I say, it's the first time I've done lamb on the smoker, so it's a bit of a learning curve for me. But we're going to be rocking around about 275, 300 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius. I'll stick it up the top of the video here, and we'll check back in probably about an hour or so. So it's been about an hour or so. So let's take a look, shall we? And it's been looking pretty good actually. The rub's set onto there quite nicely. So I've been running the smoker around about 300, 325. It's been a little bit hotter than I would usually run it. And that's because I find with this smoker it stalls quite a lot. And there's not enough oxygen, there's not enough draw through the smoke, through the smoker, I've noticed. And I think it's probably due to the size of the stack on here, so I want to get an extension. I did look on eBay last night, and about 100 quid. It's quite a lot of money for 18 inches of pipe. So I think I'm going to get like an exhaust pipe to stick on top of there. So it's something I want to play around with, maybe for the next video. But what I've also done with this one is that I've just cracked the lid of the firebox open just to let a little bit more air in, and the smoker's got a little bit more hotter by doing that. Probably about another 25 to 35 degrees hotter, but it's meant the fire stays active, not smouldering, etc. So that seems to work okay, I think, but we'll see how it goes. But it's looking really good. Probably not going to check back until, you know, another hour, 2 hours. I'm probably not going to spritz it, the meat at all, because it's got a nice fat cap on the top there and I want it to be nice and crispy. So we'll check back maybe in a couple of hours or so. So after 7 hours, the lamb's finally done. Let's take a look, shall we? And I must say, it's looking pretty damn good. And I'm really looking forward to taking a slice of this. I'm not sure the best way to carve it. Probably standing up, maybe like a... still got a load of juice in there. Maybe like a... And it's still very, very hot. We did rest it down for a bit, but oh my God, it's still hot. So let's carve a little bit off and see what it's like. It's very soft, very tender, and very delicious. And I like taking my lamb up to, you know, the 200 degrees or so. I'm never a fan of lamb at medium rare like I would a normal steak. I just think this just cooks better. So what we ended up doing, we put it in the full boat. It was taking a long time to cook up and to bring up the temperature. So I ended up wrapping it full. And yeah, this is what we're left with. So we also made some homemade garlic sauce, which is absolutely delicious. And let's give it a go. Oh my God. I always say this may be the best thing I've ever made, but this actually may be the best thing I've ever made. I love lamb. Anyone who says this is like a gamey or whatever, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right, try a bit. Try a bit, man, dig in. With the homemade garlic sauce. It's fantastic. It's salty, peppery. We've got the, oh my God. We use the chilli and lime seasoning, which is fantastic. You need to get hold of these if you haven't already got it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Highly recommend doing a leg of lamb on the smoker. Can't really go wrong with it. You saw how easy it was. Seasoned up. Recommend you get some chilli and lime seasoning with this. Salt, pepper, garlic, chilli and lime on the smoker for seven and a half hours. Cook it a bit like a brisket. Bring it up to tenderness. Let it rest for a good hour, hour and a half, and then dig in. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Oh yeah, happy Easter.